Silky beat. Silky beat.
This is your WWE Survivor Series 2019 pay-per-view review. It is Sunday, 11:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It is November 24th. Survivor Series ended like an hour ago. And now here I am, once again live here on the YouTube channel. Earlier today, myself, Big Mike, Chase, and I think Chris Bandicoot, we were doing a live Wrestle Companion, where we basically did a live reaction to Survivor Series 2019 as it was happening on the network. If you are new to the channel, make sure all of you hit that subscribe button down below. Hit the big old thumbs up whenever you get a chance to show the video some love, or the podcast some love. You can also share this throughout your entire social media, wherever you share videos in general. But I'm going to say this overall about the show. I didn't hate it. I thought overall it was a good show, in my humble opinion. Granted, there's things I would have done differently. I think in general, all of us in general would have done things a little bit different, right? NXT, for those of you that are wondering, won the war. NXT won the war completely here. I believe the score at the end of the night was NXT with 4 wins, SmackDown with 2 wins, and Monday Night Raw with 1 win. So essentially here, let's keep it 100 if you're scoring at home here. Monday Night Raw has officially become the afterthought of WWE. I think we can all agree on that one. They had completely become the afterthought show. And they're on the USA Network. And here I am on the camera, as you can see me, repping my Supreme hat. Take a little sip of this Gatorade real quick. But yeah. I want to hear you guys' thoughts on the show. Whether you liked the Survivor Series, whether you hated the show, whether you guys were upset with the ending, what have you. Because I'll be honest with you guys, alright? When I heard through Big Mike, who's in the chat right now, moderating the chat, that, because again, we're in a group chat, myself, Big Mike, Chase, Walter from the podcast, right? We're all in a group chat, and usually Mike is the one that keeps me up to speed with what's going on in wrestling, and he tells us that is right, that the rumor going around that the women are gonna close the show, and I'm like, oh, really? And then it took me a while, literally as we were doing the Wrestle Companion, to realize, oh, maybe they're going to do something. Made a lot of sense when you think about it, right? But I'll get into all that later on. But I will say this, though. NXT won, but I feel like at the same time, they kind of got shattered on in a way. But that's neither here or there. We'll get into that later on. We also had a WWE title match where Brock Lesnar, in literally 6 to 7 minutes, had a good showing, if you will. But that's also besides the point. Again, guys, chime in. You can also follow me on Twitter at HeelSteven. Use the hashtag ATPoint so I know what we're discussing here is regarding the pay-per-view. So, to my understanding, there were 2 matches on the kickoff show, which I did not see. So there's that, because while the kickoff show was happening, I was catching up on War Games, because I did not watch the show live like everyone else. It was my grandmother's birthday. She turned 86. I was at a family party gathering for her birthday, so I missed the entire War Games show completely as it was happening live on the network. I literally got home yesterday around 2 in the morning, if you will. I went to sleep. I went to work this morning literally came home and tried to watch War Games. I am literally missing the main event. So once I finish watching that, there will be a review up on the channel. There will be a review sometime this week. I do promise you guys that one. Okay? So there's that. This show, again, there are two kickoff shows. There are two matches on the kickoff show. God damn, I'm going all over the place right now. I'm literally going all over the place right now. So we start off with a tag team battle royal, because fuck it, why not, right? They had teams from Raw and SmackDown, basically, and NXT. You had, if I can look at the list here right now, the list of the people from the teams here. God damn it. Okay, here it is. So basically, you had in this match the OC from Monday Night Raw, the Street Profits, Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder, the Revival, who are from SmackDown, Rude and Ziggler from SmackDown, Lucha House Party, who I want to believe are from Monday Night Raw, or whatever, Heavy Machinery from SmackDown Live, the Forgotten Sons NXT, Breezango from NXT, Imperium from NXT, Ziggler and Rude eliminated the Street Profits to win the match. So Team SmackDown got the win, the first win. And keep this in mind, they were counting this also in the score throughout the show. So the kickoff matches also counted. I remember last year, the kickoff show doesn't count, but now they did. You had also on the show Lio Rush, who defended the Cruiserweight Championship, the NXT Cruiserweight Championship, against Akira Tozawa and Kalisto. I guess one guy from Raw, one guy from SmackDown, right? Yeah, so Lio Rush was saying, and again, I didn't watch these matches. I didn't watch them, okay? So don't give me, how can you talk? Again, this happened on the show, so there you go. Kalisto hit a Salida del Sol on Tozawa, only to get hit with the frog splash by Lio Rush. I'm pretty sure they had a good match. You also had a match that we all thought would be on the main card, moved up to the kickoff show. You had the tag team champions, right, from each respective brand. Raw's tag team champion, the Viking Raiders, versus the SmackDown tag team champions, the New Day of Kofi Kingston and Big E. You literally think about this, right, for 1 second. Kofi Kingston went from being WWE champion to being on the kickoff show. If that's not afterthought, I don't know what the fuck is, to be honest with you. But that's around the point. And the NXT Tag Team Champions of Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish. And again, from what I saw here, it was a fun little match. It didn't really go that long or anything like that for what these guys did. And this match literally ended with the Viking Raiders getting the pin on Kyle O'Reilly onto Bobby Fish as they pinned Fish for the win after they hit the Viking Experience. So there was that. Raw had, again, a win here. So at this point, it was literally tied, all three brands tied with one, right? But there was that. That was Raw's only win on the show. We move on to the main card. We had Team NXT, Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair, Candice LeRae, Toni Storm, and Io Shirai versus Team Raw's Charlotte Flair, Natalya, Asuka, Kairi Sane, and Sarah Logan versus Team SmackDown, Sasha Banks, Carmella, Dana Brooke, Lacey Evans, and Nikki Cross. I want to know, where the fuck did they bring out fucking Dana Brooke and Sarah Logan? I literally forgot these two women were employed by WWE. The match, I'm going to say this overall, was it really the best women's match on the show? Overall, no. I thought this match was kind of boring, to be honest with you guys. It kicked off really, really slow. Like, here's the thing, right? And you know with these matches, they're going to be long as shit. They are going to be long matches regardless. So with that, you know what to expect already, right? Moments where people are in the ring and people lose their shit, fast eliminations, finisher spots, and that's basically what you had here. There's a moment in the match where I want to say this. I feel like, what was it here? How you doing, Jurgen? How you doing, buddy? If I can find the list here, okay? Io Shirai, Candice LeRae were taken away with undisclosed injuries in the match. The camera, for whatever reason, they missed what happened, right? And it wasn't really explained. Bianca Belair eliminated Nikki Cross with a roll-up, right? Belair eliminated also Sarah Logan with a 450 splash. right? So NXT was on a roll, right? Then out came Charlotte Reigns, who eliminated Carmella with the natural selection, which, by the way, Charlotte Flair hit the natural selection on Carmella, and it looked like, I don't know, it felt very sloppy. I literally thought for a second that Carmella broke her neck, right? Kairi hit the insane elbow on Toni Storm. They had Toni Storm on this match, but was quickly hit by the meteor from Sasha Banks and then pinned. Asuka eliminated Dana Brooke, got her out of there real quick with a kick to the face. Charlotte and Asuka argued amongst themselves, right? They were arguing. Keep this in mind, they're both on the same team. They're both on the same team, and they were arguing back and forth. So Asuka spit the green mist into Flair's eyes and walked away. She literally walked out. Lacey Evans eliminated Charlotte Flair with the women's right. And then you had literally Natalya pinning Lacey Evans with the roll-up. So basically you had also here Banks and Natalya. They eliminated Toni Storm with the combination of a sharpshooter to the bank statement. And then it was down to basically Rhea Ripley, Natalya, and Sasha Banks, right? Raw, SmackDown, NXT. And it looked like they were going to do this whole thing where Natalya and Sasha were going to work together. And it didn't go out that way. Well, Rash, how you doing, buddy? But no, Sasha just decked Natalya and just eliminates her. So it's down to Sasha Banks and Rhea Ripley. And they're having their thing. They're doing their stuff in there. Sasha hits the bank statement multiple times, and nothing really happened of it. Nothing really came of it. And then out of nowhere, Io Shirai and Candice LeRae reappear. They reappear back to the ring. Who, remember, they were injured, right? But they were never really eliminated. They show up, right? They show up, and they basically help Rhea Ripley get a win. She eliminates Sasha Banks, and Team NXT won the first of many Survivor Series matches on the show. Now, that being said, I will say this overall. I thought, and I said this on the show, I said this leading up to the show, that, you're going to have to give Survivor, the Team NXT, you're going to have to give NXT some wins here. At the same time, they're not going to win every single fucking match. At the same time, let's be real about it, Rhea Ripley is going to be a star. She is. At the same time, I found it kind of funny that they came out to the jobber entrance. Like, they came out to their show, the theme song of their brand show, basically. Like, instead of giving them a proper individual entrance. And it's funny, too, because you think about this, right? You had in the team Rhea Ripley, right? Candice LeRae, who were both on the same team on War Games, with Bianca Belair and Io Shirai, who were also on the other different team at War Games, working together here, which I thought was funny as all hell. And they all embraced, what have you, on the stage, and Team NXT got the win. So they were up literally 2 wins to each team having one of between Raw and SmackDown. I thought the show was really good. The one thing I didn't like was Walter being eliminated for the first men match. So stupid. Yeah, I agree with that too. Made no fucking sense. And I'll get into that, Levi, in a little bit, okay? Thank you for tuning in, brother. Thank you for tuning in. There was that. We had the battle of the mid-card champions here. We had the North American champion Roderick Strong versus Shinsuke Nakamura, who is the new Intercontinental champion, versus the U.S. champion of AJ Styles. I gotta be real about it, yo. This really felt like this felt like a match that you would have seen in Ring of Honor back in 2015, 2014, to be honest with you. That's what it felt like to me. Not saying it was bad. It was okay. People were like saying, oh, this is the dream match. The dream match was going to happen. Oh my God. And in reality, it really wasn't that way. I thought the crowd at moments were dead for this. To be honest, they were kind of dead at moments for this. They got their moments in. Don't get me wrong. Like, all 3 men, they know each other very well. They've worked before. They've worked together in the past, so there was that as well. Styles hit Nakamura with the phenomenal forearm. Literally, right? And you thought Styles was going to get the win. But Strong literally dumped Styles out of the ring and stole the pin on Nakamura. So basically, he stole the win from Styles, basically. So Roderick Strong pins Shinsuke Nakamura. Let that sink in for a bit. At the same time, I thought Nakamura was going to win because you think about this, right? He's showcasing this belt, this new Intercontinental title, which people like. And I personally think the belt looks great. I like the new belt. Granted, I don't like the letters Intercontinental Championship going all full circle. Looks like the fucking 24/7 effect, but that's just beside the point. But I think overall, it's a new belt, and you want to showcase that Shinsuke is his champion, right? But no, they had him get pinned by Roderick Strong. And that's fine. I'm fine with it. It is what it is. And then from there, we go on to... And by the way, I will also be talking about the whole Mauro Ranallo and Corey Graves debacle, I guess, that happened, and people are jumping to conclusions. I'll get into that in a little bit, okay? For those of you that are wondering. We then get the NXT Championship match. Adam Cole Bay defending the championship versus Pete Dunne. Pete Dunne at TakeOver War Games defeated both Killian Dane and Damian Priest to get this opportunity. Adam Cole, let's be real about it, he's arguably the MVP of 2019 in WWE. Name me another wrestler on the WWE roster that's having a year like Adam Cole. I'll wait. I'll fucking wait. This match, I'm going to say right now, had a very slow start. It really, really did. The crowd really wasn't feeling it. You can make that argument. The crowd really wasn't that into this match at first. There are some people, when Adam Cole did the whole boom, they really weren't saying it loud like you would hear it like on TakeOver, right? Again, this is the main roster crowd where, again, a lot of them don't even watch NXT. But as the match went on, people were getting into it. People were chanting, this is awesome. Pete Dunne goes for a fucking moonsault in this match that Adam Cole counts into a super kick while Dunne's in midair. Into a fucking super kick. And again, just a good back and forth match. Pete Dunne hits the bitter end for a near fall. But when it's all said and done, Adam Cole found the way to get the win. He found the way. He literally countered the bitter end into a Canadian destroyer. And then hitting the last shot. And the people just lost their fucking minds in this. And again, it had a slow start. And then it really got picked up. And everyone was just chanting, this is awesome. So I say this again. Name me another wrestler in WWE that's having the year that Adam Cole is having right now. Again, you can go outside that WWE realm, say someone like Will Ospreay. This is fine. But if we're just looking into WWE right now, Adam Cole is killing it right now. Hands fucking down, Adam Cole is killing it. We then go from there to the Universal Championship match. The Fiend, Bray Wyatt versus Daniel Bryan. I, just like everyone else, I'm getting to that point where I am sick and tired of that fucking red lights. Can we all agree? Can we all just agree on that right now? Can we all agree that the red lights are becoming annoying? I get it. He's the Fiend. The idea is that we're entering his realm. I get that. But bruh, seeing this shit in red lights, no. I mean, if you really want to throw everyone out of their fucking guard here, imagine if they threw blue lights throughout the show instead of the red light. Because again, the belt's now blue, right? Bryan had moments in this match. They were doing this whole thing where Bryan was hitting the yes kicks, and Bray just got right back up. At the same time, though, again, it was a good match. I enjoyed it for what it was worth. I really did enjoy it for what it was worth. I did. I'm not gonna sit here and deny that. That being said, let me take these headphones off. I really don't need them, to be honest. I don't need them on, to be honest. They had a good match. I'm not gonna deny that. But I knew the outcome already. You knew Bray was gonna win. There's no reason why he should drop the title right now. No. Especially to Daniel Bryan. And there was that. Bryan gets caught with the mandible claw. And that was it. And the Fiend retained the championship. The match didn't even go that long either. I think the match went about, let's see here. The match went about 10 minutes. A 10-minute match. Not bad. Not fucking bad at all. We then go from there to the men's Survivor Series elimination. We then go from that to the men's Survivor Series elimination triple threat match. Team Raw being Rollins, Drew McIntyre, Kevin Owens, Randy Orton, and Ricochet versus Team SmackDowns of Roman Reigns, Mustafa Ali, Braun Strowman, King Corbin, and Chad Gable. I am not calling him Shorty G. I'm sorry, I'm not. And Team NXT, which was announced today, early on before the show even happened, Tommaso Ciampa, Keith Lee, Damian Priest, Matt Riddle, and Walter. Right? And here's the thing. This match as well was really, it had a slow start. Eliminations happened really quick. And then the ending was just fucking amazing. Right? So it was like a fucking field trip. It's like a fucking trip almost, basically. Right? Where they just had you everywhere with this match. Let me have the list here, because I do have the list of the eliminations too, by the way. So we go from here, right? So the first elimination of this match, which I did not agree with, was fucking Walter. Walter, who's this undefeated champion in NXT UK, right? He's killing with Imperium, right? The current WWE UK champion. He's tearing it up with Imperium, right? And yet here he is, and you have him lose like that, just with a Claymore kick by Drew McIntyre, even though at the same time he was holding his own in the match. With Braun Strowman, with Drew McIntyre, he was holding his own. And you have him just get eliminated just like that. To me, it was stupid as all hell. In my honest opinion. I get it. You want these quick eliminations, that's fine, but to me, it just made no fucking sense. Shorty G had a little wrestling contest with Matt Riddle in this whole thing as well. People went crazy for that too. So there was that. Let's see here. Okay. Kevin Owens eliminated Shorty G with a bullfrog splash. There you go. Ciampa eliminated Kevin Owens with a rope-assisted DDT. Keep this in mind, right? The night before, Kevin Owens teamed up with Tommaso Ciampa to take on the Undisputed Era, and now this happens, right? Or in pinned Damian Priest after an RKO, but got rolled up by Matt Riddle. Yes, right, Matt Riddle, bro, eliminated Randy Orton from this match. Orton then RKO'd him after this, Orton hit the RKO after his elimination, allowing Corbin to pin and eliminate Matt Riddle. Braun Strowman was counted out because he got hit with the Claymore kick. Corbin hit Ricochet, who was wearing another ugly attire, right, with the End of Days to eliminate him. Rollins eliminated Mustafa Ali so it was kind of there, like a neck and neck here, basically, right? Roman Reigns eliminated McIntyre after the spear. And then during this match, Roman Reigns and King Corbin, who you know are feuding with each other, right? Just keep that in mind, right? They're on the same team. They're feuding on SmackDown, right? They're having an exchange back and forth. To the point where, oh my God, Roman Reigns ended up speared his own partner and allowed Ciampa to eliminate King Corbin. So then from there we go, it's basically Rollins by himself, Seth Rollins who's by himself, versus Roman Reigns from SmackDown Live, from SmackDown basically, right? With NXT just having Tommaso Ciampa and Keith Lee throughout this as well, right? And then Rollins pinned Ciampa with the stomp. Keep this in mind too. Ciampa hit a Project Ciampa on Seth Rollins, and Rollins kicked out. Everyone thought that was going to be it, but no, right? But at the same time, though, right? Ciampa again had moments during this match, by the way. But then eventually Rollins hit Ciampa with the stomp. Keep this in mind too. There's a moment in the match too where both Reigns and Rollins teamed up to try to bring back the whole Shield memory, right? To no avail because they cleared the table out. They're gonna go for the fucking power bomb, but no, Keith Lee prevented it from happening, right? So then, with all of that, we were just down to just 3 people, From NXT, Keith Lee. From Raw, Seth Rollins, who's sporting the Chicago Bulls attire, if you will, themed, if you will. And Roman Reigns from SmackDown Live. Let this sink in. Keith Lee eliminated Seth Rollins. That's right. Keith Lee eliminated Seth fucking Rollins after he hit the ground zero jackhammer. And then you're down to both Roman Reigns and Keith Lee. Keep this in mind. Keith Lee throughout this match didn't really do much, like as far as offense maneuvers, right? When you think about it. And everyone lost their fucking mind when he hit the spirit bomb. The fucking spirit bomb on Roman Reigns. And people lost their fucking mind. And at that moment, you got to realize to yourself, they're in a predicament. They are in a fucking predicament. Because what do? Do you realize that, hey, NXT's at war with AEW or Dynamite? They just beat AEW in the rating this past week. And I predict, honestly, they're going to do it again. I predict that. I really, really do. Coming off this weekend, they're going to do it again. And you, have the NXT roster call rough shots and beat the main roster here, right? Even though, they're the main roster now, though. And you have them, again, have Keith Lee beat Roman Reigns. Or, hey, SmackDown has the Fox deal. And, Fox does not want to get embarrassed here, right? So then that happened, and then Lee went for a moonsault but missed. Reigns hit the spear to win the match for Team SmackDown. At the end, both Roman Reigns and Keith Lee embraced, and there was that. So again, they were in a predicament, I felt like. Again, I know people were upset with it. People were like, oh, bullshit, Reigns won. At the same time, though, Keith Lee was made tonight. I'm going to say that right now. In my humble opinion, Keith Lee tonight was made. That's what I feel like. And you know what? I see good things happening for him down the road. Let's be real about it, though. There are moments in this match that Vince is watching and he just fucking jizzed on himself. Like, for a fact that he jizzed when he saw fucking Damian Priest facing off with Roman Reigns, like having a stare off almost. Like, oh my god, goddamn, pal. So future match, the match for the future, pal. God damn it. But at the end of the day, Keith Lee had a good showing. NXT had a good showing in this match as well. Again, NXT was not going to win every single fucking match. Okay? Keep that in mind too. So with that, at that moment, you had NXT still winning on the score, right? 3 matches to SmackDown having 2 wins and Raw having just 1 win, right? We then from there go on to the WWE title match. That's right. We go for the WWE title match. Brock Lesnar versus Rey Mysterio, no holds bar. I love this match. I loved it. For the simple fact that you know what to expect with Brock. You know what you're getting yourself into. You know what's happening, right? Brock is not going to go crazy. Brock is not going to, bump for you like a fucking 20-minute match or something like that. He's not doing that, okay? That being said, this match was fucking fun. Okay? More than anything for the end. Because you knew, yes, Rey was taking a beating in this match. He bought the fucking pipe. He dressed as Joker, which I thought was whatever for what it was worth. Okay? But yeah, he dresses as Joker. He brings out the pipe. But yeah, he's getting a fucking beating by Brock. Brock is kicking his ass. Brock is he's letting him have it. Basically, right? Brock is just letting him have it right now. And again, it looked like Brock again he's gonna have his way with him. And out comes Dominic. Ray's son comes out. To, I guess, reason he comes out with a fucking white towel. He comes out with a white towel, by the way. Right? And everyone thinks, oh no, not this way. Brock, please, listen to reason, right? All this so that Brock is about to attack Dominic. But Ray low blows him, and then Dominic low blows him, right? And we see a double 619, from both Dominic and Ray. And you know that Dominic's training. What amazed me, that Dominic did all this while wearing Balenciagas. Bless his heart, for real. And then Dominic does like a fucking frog splash off the top rope. So does Ray. They both pin him. Like Ray pins him, and then Dominic puts his weight just for more weight and shit. And Brock kicks out. That right there was the best thing on that entire match. And then eventually Brock hit was with the F5. 7 minutes it went. Literally 7 minutes. 6 minutes 58 seconds. But if we went around, it's 7 minutes. And that's fine. I'm fine with that. Sometimes it doesn't have to be a fucking 40-minute match. I get a lot of nerds out there, a lot of wrestling dorks. They're into the whole a match needs to be about the work rate. I get that. But sometimes less is good. I want people to understand that shit. Sometimes less is good in wrestling. Remember that. Less is good in pro wrestling. Remember that, people. Less is good. And that's what happened here. Okay? And then we hear, again, oh my God, it's going to happen. The main event. Shayna Baszler versus Bayley versus Becky Lynch. And it main evented the show. And I'm like, okay, this is main eventing, so I expect something to happen. I expect Ronda Rousey to show up. Because think about it, right? They're closing the show, and you expect something to happen, right? You have Bayley and Becky, who are members of the Horsewomen, right, from WWE, against Shayna Baszler. And Shayna Baszler, when she came out to the ring, she was accompanied by Jasmine Duke and Marina Shafir, who she told to stay back, right? And they're in Chicago. So all these assumptions began, right? And the match, for what it was, I'm going to say this right now, was not really my cup of tea. But I had hopes. Because I was expecting something to happen. I was expecting, oh my God, Ronda Rousey. And then the song play, I don't give a damn about my reputation. Something. I was expecting that. And it didn't happen. Did not fucking happen. Right? It didn't happen at all. But the match itself, again, it was a sloppy match. Not really, it felt like a fart in church almost. And again, the match for what it was there. They got their spots in. Baszler tapped out Bayley with the cure for the clutch after the match. And again, it happens, right? And you see Shayna just celebrating with her title, right? She's on the announcer table. There's a moment in the match where, I'm going to say this right now, Shayna did like a sloppy powerbomb onto Becky onto the announce table, right? And she's just laying there. Becky is laying there for, again, that was the end of the match. But yeah, Baszler made Bayley tap out. She goes to the announce table to celebrate with her title. Becky's getting up. And she attacks Shayna Baszler. And at this moment, I'm like, okay, I'm waiting to see what happens. I'm waiting to see what really goes down here, right? I'm willing to give it a chance, right? I'm willing to give it a chance. And you see Becky just beating up Shayna. She gets up on the table with the Raw Women's title to celebrate. And that's how you close the show. They play the credits. And they take the credits out. And I'm waiting. And no Ronda Rousey. I'll be honest, this match should have not made event of the show. I would have been fine with Brock versus Ray. And that would have been it. I would have been fine with that. Or you know what? With Roman Reigns and Keith Lee, I would have been fine with that too. But this should have not made event of the show. In my opinion. This was not for me. Not for me. I'm sorry. But yeah, Shayna won. So the final score, right? Raw had one win. NXT 4, SmackDown 2. And that was it. NXT, again, they're in a predicament right now. They're at war with AEW. So you want to showcase that, hey, NXT can go out there and hang and just do what they got to do and compete with the best of Raw and SmackDown. And again, this whole time was for them to get a ratings boost, and they did. And I said this before, I'll say it again. I do believe that NXT, compared to AEW, and again, I love both shows. I really, really do. But I feel like NXT is the more organized of the two. Hence why I believe that NXT next week, believe it or not, is going to beat Dynamite in the ratings. Again, may not be by much, But still, it's going to happen again. Because of all this buzz, all this momentum, right? So there was that. That's Survivor Series. Now, if you notice in the show, if you notice this throughout the show, you had commentaries from Beth Phoenix. They had Nigel McGuinness. They had Corey Graves. They had Michael Cole, right? And people were wondering, hey, where's Mauro Ranallo? Now, apparently, Mauro Ranallo deleted his Twitter account. It was reported early on in the day, before the show even took place, that Mauro deleted his Twitter account over a comment made by Corey Graves throughout War Games. Now, if I can find said tweet from Corey Graves here, I thought that I had it here. I thought that I fucking had it. I have to go here now. God damn it. Let's see here. Hopefully, Pro Team She has it. I really, really hope that they do. I really hope they fucking do. Let's see here. Let's see here. Let's see here. God damn, I can't fucking find it. Okay. Let's see here. See if I can find it right here. Come on, Graves. I know you got something here. Here we go. So, here's the link. I found it right here, by the way. I'm going to go to it right now. So, there was talks that apparently Mauro deleted his Twitter account because of what happened. So, I'm on the site right now. I am on, let's see here. Let's see here. God damn it. I'm on cage side seats. So apparently Mauro deleted Twitter account after a critical tweet from Corey Graves. During TakeOver War Games last night, SmackDown commentator and After the Bell host Corey Graves sent and replied tweets which were critical to NXT lead announcer Mauro Ranallo's performance. And this is what Corey Graves wrote throughout the show, apparently, right? And this is some of the tweets. This is what he tweeted at 8:34 p.m. Just for the record, guys, I know you wouldn't know it, but there's actually a WWE Hall of Famer and a former Ring of Honor champion on commentary. I'd imagine they had a lot to offer with an emoji, hashtag NXT TakeOver War Games. And then apparently he replied to a fan almost an hour later. And this is what he told Corey Graves. I just turned on NXT TakeOver War Games. And how many Chicago rap references has Mauro made so far? And then Corey Graves responded, far too many. And apparently that got people, I guess this made Mauro Ranallo, in the process, delete his Twitter account. Which apparently led to Corey Graves, apparently this led to Mauro's friend Frank Shamrock, MMA legend, former middleweight champion, which apparently this earned a reply from Mauro Ranallo's friend, MMA legend Frank Shamrock, which he actually screenshotted of something Graves had retweeted early in the day. And this is what I guess was the screenshot, apparently. I guess this was the screenshot that Corey Graves, I guess took. I don't know what the fuck it was, but this is what he said. Social media has made too many of you comfortable with disrespecting people and not getting punched in the mouth for it. Ranallo deleted his Twitter account short time later. He did not work tonight's Survivor Series show despite the fact that he was in Rosemont, Illinois as of last night. His actual NXT partners, Nigel McGuinness and Beth Phoenix, did work the show. Michael Cole said, this is what they said, and I wish they just kept it quiet, honestly. Mauro's absence, that he was so emotional and passionately calling War Games, he blew his voice out. I honestly wish they just would have just shut the fuck up, and that's it. Whatever. It happens. It is what it is. Not really give this lame fucking response. Now, I've seen a lot of YouTubers in the community who are jumping the gun, who are, I guess, jumping to their conclusions already. And I'm going to say this right now. Listen, I love Mauro Ranallo. I think Mauro is a very passionate commentator, right? He is, no doubt about it. Whether it's in NXT, whether it's in Bellator, whether it's in Showtime, calling boxing, he's very passionate about what he does. No denying that. No denying that. He is very passionate what he does. And I get it. He goes through bipolar disorder. It's a serious issue. All the fuck you want. I get that. But bro, you are a grown ass fucking man at the end of the fucking day. Gotta have some thick skin, bro. And I know people say, oh, Steven, how can you say that? How dare you say that, Steven? It's fucked up for you to say. I get it. But guess what? They came out with a documentary a couple years ago on Showtime for Mauro Ranallo. Bipolar Rock and Roller. Bipolar Rock and Roller. I recommend you guys go watch. And in the documentary, he talks about stopping the stigma. That's what he talks about, right? Stopping, again, putting the end to the stigma, standing up for those that are going through bipolar disorder, how they have a voice, this and that. But yet here he is deleting his Twitter account like a fucking child. And that being said, I wrote this on Twitter. And again, if you go on my Twitter, you'll see it at Heel Steven, by the way. At Heel Steven. This is what I wrote when the news kind of came out. And I want people to keep this in mind. Okay? And quote, remember when people jumped the gun and assumed that Corey Graves cheated on his wife with Carmella, only to find out that he was separated from his wife for months? All I'm saying is, let's not jump to conclusions. Again. Mauro will be back. Because he will be. Come on. He didn't delete his account. He just probably disabled it. There's no right or wrong here. There isn't no right or wrong in the situation. But that being said, remember, when the news came out that, Corey Graves cheated on his wife, and how dare he do that with Carmella, and people were calling Carmella a whore and a home wrecker and this and that, only to find out that, Corey Graves had been separated from his wife for months, so it was all okay, and everyone in the community had egg on their face. All I'm saying is, let's not jump to conclusions, okay? Let's not. That being said, I think Mauro is being a little childish here, deleting his Twitter. In my humble opinion. Take it for what it's worth. If you like it, thank you. If you don't, my man, bruh, I do not lose sleep on this shit. I really do not. But Mauro will be back. Sucks he couldn't call Survivor Series, but it is what it is, y'all. But I want to hear your thoughts, though, guys. I want to hear your thoughts in the comment threads. I want to hear your thoughts on Twitter. Let me know at Heel Steven. All right. I want to thank all of you for tuning in tonight. All of you watching on the playback, all that fun stuff. Follow me on Twitter at Heel Steven. And all that fun stuff. And yeah, this is going to be it for me. I'll be back later on this week for my review of TakeOver War Games. I am literally one match away, and then I'll have a review up sometime this week. All right. So there's that. Happy Thanksgiving if I'm not around. But happy Thanksgiving. Happy Turkey Day. Eating your turkeys and all that stuff. Shop till you drop. Hopefully all of you do your Black Friday shopping the most civilized way, as a civilized human being should do it. Amazon Prime Mutts. That being said, guys, thank you all for watching. And I am out like Janet's titties, guys. This has been Around the Point.